Hi guys, it's me, Keisha. Let's get into this week's episode of Basketball Wives. This is season 12, episode 9. Another week of Chantel in that orbit on her face, but okay. So, in the beginning of the episode, Ming, Denise, and Chantel link up together, and Ming feels bad because Chantel hasn't been able to come around because she doesn't want to be around Jackie. Ming, I know your face has been pulled like leather, but please use the little bit of brain God gave you and listen to what you just said. You feel bad for her because she doesn't want to be around Jackie, but she joined the television show her mother has starred on for 12 years. That would make me think she really wants to be around her. I mean, why would you join a platform where you're then forced to be around somebody that you say you don't want to be around and that you're so afraid of? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Like, I'm no detective, I'm not no Matlock, but I mean, 1 + 1 = 2, So Ming says to them that, no, she asked Denise how she felt about Jackie at Brandy's food tasting event, basically trying to get everyone on her side against Evelyn. They show a flashback where Jackie was asking everybody how they felt about Evelyn or whatever. I don't know if there's so much of trying to get everybody on Jackie's side. I think that Jackie was being messy to see if anybody was going to take the bait and talk about her. But Jackie been fighting this fight against Evelyn by herself for the longest, so I don't really think that she needs allies at this point. But Denise was like, well, Jackie might have been right because I'm done with her. So she like, what? Like, where'd that come from? So Denise says that after the whole incident when Ty told Evelyn what Jackie said about how basically she wouldn't drop a bone about Shanice, even though she got one, that Evelyn called her basically trying to get information from Denise about Chantel. And she said that after they got off the phone, she quickly called Chantel. And Chantel was like, well, Evelyn ain't called me and said nothing. So they putting 2 and 2 together and realizing that she was trying to be messy and trying to get dirt on Chantel to have in her back pocket. So now the quote unquote big 3, what they call themselves, more like Vanity 6, are done with done with Evelyn and don't want to have anything to do with her. Because, if one don't like a person, then the other 2 don't like them. But they're so adult. Okay? They're so adult. So, Ming invites them on the girls' trip to Hawaii. And Chantel was like, she don't know if she gonna be able to go because she got court with her first baby daddy. And that the baby daddy has asked for paternity for their daughter. And she says that he's doing this because he's finally seeing that she's moved on for good. I mean, because ain't that kid now like 10 or some shit like that? That is random that now all of a sudden after all these years, you want a paternity test done on this little girl. Like, that is crazy and it is wild. Like, that is insanity. I feel sorry for her daughter because she's innocent in all of this. I don't feel sorry for Chantel one bit at all. Don't feel sorry for her because you're just as maniacal as your mother. Everything that you hate about your mother, you hate about yourself. And from what I'm seeing, it's like you're repeating the same quote unquote cycles that you say were done to you. And it's looking like you're going to have the same issues with your own child or she going to hate your ass. because the way you have gotten on this show and shown your high yellow ass is just, it's you, somebody got to write a textbook on this, because this is insanity, like pure insanity. Ty and Evelyn link up and have lunch, and Ty tells Evelyn that Denise and them ain't checking for her no more. She been kicked off the island, and she tells her what Denise said, and Evelyn was like, I was being 100% genuine when it comes to Chantel. I don't know what's up with Denise. And she totally took it all the way wrong. And so she looking like, okay, like now I got to deal with this. I've lost my minions. Yeah, she's lost her minions. So now she got to go back and regroup. So we see in a flashback scene that Britney has also said that she has not heard from Evelyn. So that, I guess, is the reason why she want to be mad at her too, outside of her trying to get information on Chantel, which is so childish, because I 1000% believe Denise when she said that Evelyn called her to get information, because that's a Evelyn move for sure. But the fact that Britney and Denise now hate her it's just so childish and look girlish. It's just like, y'all, you should already know what time it is when it come to Evelyn. Like, girl, bye. So Evelyn says that, like I said, the whole thing was made up. Denise was doing too much, and that she's willing to have a conversation with Chantel about it. She don't really too much care, I guess, with Britney, because they've been there and she already know how that situation goes. So Ming and Jackie are doing a color theory thing together, and she invites Jackie on the trip, and she tells her that Chantel might not be coming because, she got, stuff going on. And then she goes on to tell Jackie that Denise, Chantel, and Britney don't mess with Evelyn anymore. And Jackie was like, what? Oh, okay. And so she tells her what happened, and Jackie was basically like, if she come for my daughter, it's going to be a problem. Like, regardless of what they got going on, that's still my daughter, and ain't nobody here to, like, fuck with her at the end of the day. And I'm looking like, Chantel, you have made it your mission this season to have an issue with your mother that we, the public, never knew even existed to this quote unquote extent. And the whole season, your mother has done nothing but have your back, even when you have been a bitch to her. She has not taken the bait and tried to air y'all dirty laundry on television. And you have gotten on her and act like she is a complete stranger. Like she is a hoe off the street. That is how you have treated your mother. Like, it's crazy. And once again, I'm never saying that Jackie is a saint and that she has not done things. But when it comes to her relationship with Chantel, we have never known for her to be this horrible mother when it came to Chantel. We've always heard that about her first daughter, but never with Chantel and never with Doug. We always heard that she was overbearing, that she do too much, but never it was the fact that she's this horrible, crazy mother that they are fearful of. Never, ever, 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 ever. And I can't wait for y'all to see my Jackie exposed video that I got coming up for y'all. So, Chantel has her court date, and she meets up with Denise at her house, and Britney is there. I low-key think Britney stay there with the lady shit. Cause she ain't got nothing going on for herself neither. But Chantel tells him that she was granted the opportunity to relocate with her daughter. The judge sided with her. And she was like, I should be so happy, but I'm not. So it's because, no one wins when the family feuds. And I said, girl, you ain't Jay-Z. Somewhere and sit down. And I'm looking like you're not happy because you're an unhappy hoe. That's why you ain't happy, because you one of them people that always got to have an issue to make it seem like you got something going on with your life. Have y'all ever met a person like that ain't got nothing going on in their life but drama or an issue? They're mad about something, they're upset about something, they're annoyed about something, they're anxious about something that is so minute where you looking at them like, I got real world problems, and this is what you over here upset about. And it's because they have nothing else going on in life. So if they have drama or something to talk about, it makes them feel like they doing something. And that's exactly what is going on with Chantel. She's an unhappy person because she ain't got nothing going on in her life except for having kids. And now being on this platform that you had to get from your mama. Like, girl, bye. You're a loser. You're a loser. So she tells the girls that she is coming on the trip to Hawaii and she's going to confront Jackie, because that's her name now. It's no longer mom, it's Jackie. And so they're not going to tell the other ladies that she's coming. And Britney makes it clear that she is not moving forward with Jackie, Evelyn, or Brandy. She's done with it. And I'm looking like, you act like anybody cares, Britney. Nobody cares. You're so unlikable. You're so unlikable. Like, nobody cares, girl. Please. Ming tells Brandy and Jennifer when they go out shopping about the whole Denise situation. And Brandy and Jennifer are wondering, like, what is up with this chick? Why is she always getting involved in other people's stuff? Like, they're starting to look at her like she's a weirdo. Like, cause she always got something to say. And why are you involving yourself in this girl's family issues that have nothing to do with you? So everybody on the cast is starting not to like Denise. I ain't never liked the bitch, okay? I ain't never saw it for her at all. Little quesadilla can go and have several seats. So the cast gets to Hawaii, sans Chantel. And right before dinner, Ming pulls Brandy and her braided wig. That was a choice. I'm looking like, Brandy, why do you have this braided wig on, girl? I would have rather, if you didn't have time to get your hair braided before the trip and you wanted braids, you could have got some straight backs or something, like, but that wig, yo, diabolical. But she gets Brandy in her braided wig and Evelyn to squash their beef. And Brandy tells Evelyn that she owes her an apology, and Evelyn apologizes. And it took everything in a child to do it, because you know she don't ever apologize to nobody. But I honestly feel like the only reason why she apologized to Brandy is because she ain't had nobody on the trip that she was getting along with outside of Ming and Ty. Because like I said, she lost her minions. So if she was still cool with her minions, she wouldn't have cared about Brandy having an attitude. Not in the least. Never. So they go to dinner, and the big three makes their grand entrance. And everybody was just like, hi. You know, like it wasn't a, oh, Chantel is here. The second coming of Jesus. Like, nobody cared. So Chantel and them wedges sit down at their table. Girl. And what bothered me is how excited Britney was to see Jackie's reaction to Chantel being there and Chantel confronting her mother. Like, if you really cared about her and was really her friend, why would you get so much joy out of seeing their family in so much pain? Why would you want to add to that? It makes no sense. And Chantel, I'm looking at you like the bird brain bitch that you are, that you not clocking it. You so ignorant and hateful that you could care less that this girl enjoys your misery. Like, that's weird. That is so weird to me. You know, like, So they get to the table and Evelyn tells Chantel right off rip, you know, I would love to have a conversation with you because I think things were misconstrued. And she was like, okay. So Brandy then tells Chantel that she's happy that she's there and that she's so sorry for starting and getting in the middle of her and Jackie. And Jackie, like, because I guess Jackie felt like, you apologizing for what? Like, the fuck? Like, so Chantel gonna say, what's funny? And Jackie looked at her and said, hi, Shawnee. I'm happy you here. First of all, that was funny. Whew. Whoo, Jesus. Jacqueline, you a better mama than me. I gotta give it to Jackie. Cause she got the faith of a mustard seed, the patience of a mustard seed, honey, to be able to sit up there and play this game with this little heifer, because she knows that she's trying to get her to show out. So she could be like, see, she's crazy, she's abusive. She knows that that's what she's trying to do. Whew, I would have been failed to the test. I would have been failed at Jesus. So Chantel was like, I want to know who here called me impressionable. Anybody? So everybody at the table quiet. And so she looks at Jackie and says, you call me impressionable? And Jackie was like, no. Who told you that? And she was like, Denise said it. She said she overheard you say it. They flashed back to the scene when they were in Vegas, and Jackie did not call her impressionable at all. Whatsoever. And my thing is, if she did, and you are impressionable. The way that you're acting shows that you're very impressionable. You're very gullible. You're very naive. Because if you had the spirit of discernment, you would know that these two heifers don't mean you no good. You would know that Evelyn could care two shits about you, and that she was only using you to get information to use against your mother. So yeah, you're very impressionable. But you sitting up here acting like your mama done called you every bitch, hoe, rat, skeezer, wench, heifer, slut. And that ain't even impressionable. You're mad because she called you allegedly impressionable. And then we see the playback and she didn't even say that. So when you watched the episode, did you feel dumb? Because you up here believing this fake ass Shakira, who didn't sit up here and lie to you, and that wasn't even the case at all. So now what? You done showed your ass for what? For what? You should feel as stupid as you look. Because this girl done started this whole melee between you and your mama, because in all actuality, you have no reason to have an attitude with your mama. You keep on talking about she lied and she did this and she did that. But the only thing that you could come up with to ask her is, did you call me impressionable? That's how you know she lying. That's how you know she's just doing this for TV. And to punish her mother for whatever reason. Try to embarrass her mama for whatever reason. Because we have yet to hear her say exactly what Jackie has done to her. Nothing. Girl. So Chantel says, Brandy, you think you started all of this, but do you know how she feels about you? And she was like, no, how she feel about me? So Chantel says, before we got to the lounge in Vegas, this is why I was so triggered by her grabbing your hand and saying, I know Brandy has been through a lot, because an hour prior, she was on my phone talking about you. And Jackie was like, Chantel Nicole. And when she said that girl name, I was pissed, because my little cousin, my favorite little cousins, who I practically raised as a little girl, her name is Chantel Nicole, and that pissed me off. That Chantel has the same name as my Chantel. Boo, bitch. So she was like, Chantel Nicole, as much as I want to do this, the love that I have for you as your mother, I'm not going to do it. I'm just simply not going to do it. And I have to give Jackie once again props for holding it together, because this little bitch has been tap dancing on my last nerve. So I can only imagine how Jackie has felt. And the fact that these other grown ass women, a la Evelyn, a la even Brandy, has stuck in there and said her little 2 cents. Mean gotta be in her late 30s. You know what I'm saying? Ty, you damn near, you gotta be in your late 30s, early 40s. But the fact that you other grown women sit back and don't say, Chantel, I understand you might have grievances with your mother, but this is the wrong way to go about it. Because at the end of the day, that's still your mother. It's still your mother. Now, I could see if Jackie got on her acting like a plum fool, dogging her daughter, treating her bad. We have yet to see that. We have yet to see her treat Chantel bad. Now, we've seen and heard the things that happened between her and Takari. Never her and Chantel. Ever. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. Period. And y'all know I'm not one of them people that be like, that's your mother. You got to respect your mother. I feel like if your parents is out here treating you bad and disrespecting you, you have every right to defend yourself. Every right. But she has yet to give us anything to show where she is being treated wrong by her mother. Yet to. And so Jackie gets up and she was like, if you want to have this conversation, I can have it with you. I will leave and y'all can have it. And then she gonna say, damn, this was gonna be good too. Let me take a bite. When Jackie said that, y'all, I screamed because she's so stupid. So her go Ming in her confessional, I do feel like it was a bit of a cry for help. Talking about Chantel. What kind of cry for help? Where did you get a cry for help from that? With her stepping to her mama like they on the same playing field. A cry for help. She coming to her with big bass, back straight. You know what I'm saying? Like she want to take off her wedges. And you talking about a cry for help. Girl, that face is too pulled. Okay? Looking like Skeletor. So Chantel was like, yeah, get on up out of here. Yo. Woo! We would have had to squabble up real quick because she has been pushing it. So Jackie leaves. Brandy tries to run after her and get her to stay, but Jackie was like, I'm not doing this. I'm simply not. So Jackie leaves, goes back to the hotel. Brandy in her confessional says Chantel is going about this the wrong way. And I was like, thank you. Somebody saying it. Somebody. So Brandy goes back to the table and says to Denise, why would you insert yourself in a family situation to try to make it worse for her? And here go Britney, straining her vocals cords. You inserted yourself the first time, telling her to stay in a child's place. So you done started some shit. If you've never had a toxic mother, you would never understand. And it's giving, are you trying to fight your mother through Chantel? Are you trying to get out all your grievances through their situation? Because you do know that this is not you and your mom, right? It's giving hand that rocks the cradle. It's giving mommy dearest. Like, it's so weird. So weird. You got to be careful who you bond with through trauma. Because that ain't nothing but a trauma bond between them two heifers. It's weird, bro. So Brandy was like, but why are you coming at me? And Britney says, because you didn't start with her. Because you started with her. You pick and choose who you hit the gas with. And that's what I don't respect about you. And Brandy was like, but I already worked that out with her. And Chantel was like, well, if your apology is genuine, then how are you defending Jackie, who would throw you under the bus the first opportunity she gets? And I don't know what happened with Brandy, but I remember a time when Brandy would walk up on a bitch. And the way Britney be carrying on, it's giving 9021 I want to be from Crenshaw Boulevard tease. And it's like, girl, I would have got up and dragged her by the back of that damn scarf on her head. Girl. But Brandy says in her confessional, I don't really give a damn if Jackie likes me or not. Jackie don't even like you, Chantel. Yo, when she said that, I hollered. I wish she would have said that in the scene. She said, so I know she don't like me. Like, I don't care. So Chantel says, y'all don't understand what it's like to sit there and watch your mom be so fake. She has nothing nice to say about you, Brandy. This isn't a sisterhood, and I'm sure you know that, but you continue to play this game with her, and that's part of the problem. Now, I agree. They all play this game with each other where they talk about each other, argue, damn near come to blows, and then they say they sorry, and then we're back doing the same thing all over again. It's not just Jackie, it's all of them. That has been the basis of Basketball Wives since the beginning, right? But once again, I thought your mama did something to you. So how does this go now to it's so hard for me to watch her be fake? I thought she was an evil mother. Like, what? Huh? What? Like, the ball keeps moving. Is it you hate that she's fake towards her friends? Is it she's an evil mother? Is it you're afraid of her? Like, what is it? Because we still don't know. So, Brandy says, Chantel, I could give a fuck what she said about me. I still don't like this. And I said, that's what's up, Brandy. That's what's up. Because you the only one at that table that was speaking up and telling her right. Telling her right. Period. Because the way that you're handling this is disgusting. I don't care what me and Patricia got going on. My best friends could never sit up there and talk to her crazy. Never in a million years would I let anybody disrespect either of my parents. Ever. Ever. No, neither would my friends ever feel comfortable enough to disrespect anybody in my family, let alone my parents. And the fact that you have befriended women with children of their own who are acting like this, all of y'all are so-called mamas. Bitch, you need help. Girl, goodbye. I ain't got time for this little dumb bitch. I'm going to give this week's episode of Basketball Wives. I say an 8 every week because it gets me so upset. It really honestly does, because I cannot stand that goof troop looking ass bitch. I really cannot stand Chantel. I cannot stand Britney. I do not like Denise. Oh, Chipotle looking ass, burrito bowl faced ass bitch. Let me go. I'm going to give it an A. I love you guys. Hope you enjoyed this review. I will see you on the next one. Bye.